This is Jackie.
And this is Heather.
And
welcome to Millennial Mom Chatter, your go-to podcast for candid conversations and fresh perspectives.
We're just two millennial moms navigating life one hilarious audio message at a time. Join us for laughs, adventures, and real talk.
Well, hello, and welcome to Millennial Mom Chatter. We are here for another week, and we're excited. I feel like we haven't chatted in a while.
Yeah, because we've been spending a lot of time on TikTok Live.
And we also haven't done TikTok Lives in a while either.
No, we've been busy.
So
I've been good. Just getting into the routine. Commence fall, I would say. Just like school, sports, just everything. Like it went full throttle. I feel like we talked about summer so much. We talked about getting the kids back into their routines. And now we're here and I'm just like, dang, where'd the time go? Like the leaves are about to start falling off the trees and I'm not ready for it.
Yeah. I woke up, was it Sunday? I think it was. And it just felt like it wasn't cool, but it felt like there was just a little bit of a crisp to the air. And I was like, are we getting fall? And it was obviously September 1st. And I was like, okay. There was like a breeze. I mean, there's always a breeze in Miami, but it was like a different cool breeze. And so I'm hoping that means that we're going to get cooler. I know you like the heat.
Yeah.
You're like, please stay longer.
I'm like, let summer hang on for as long as it wants to. I'm here for it. But yeah, fall's pretty though. So I'm here for fall. It's just what comes after fall that makes me sad because I just don't like dead grass, dead trees, seeing my breath, freezing cold steering wheel. I'm not here for it. I don't want to be outside. Bring me back to the sunshine.
I was going to say that's because you're North Carolina.
Yeah, obviously that doesn't exist down in Florida. So
yeah, like fall in Florida is beautiful. And winter too. I beg to differ that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some snow and some cold air. But technically winter in Miami is fantastic because you know how people talk about fall being the perfect weather? Where it's like, it's cool, but it's not cold. It's not hot. It's just like that perfect, like you get in the 60s, 50s. That's Miami in the winter. It's just perfect. So minus Christmas for some reason. Except for, was it this past Christmas or the one before? Except for that Christmas, we had a decently cool Christmas.
Both.
But most Christmases, it's so dumb. By the way, my headphones are driving me nuts. I feel like I'm like tangled somewhere. I think it's my shirt.
Oh, because you're wearing like a boxy shirt today. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like getting caught in it. Sorry. Anyways, we usually have like, for some reason, it's always hot on Christmas. It can be cold all winter, and just on Christmas it's going to be 85 degrees. But these past, I think, one or two Christmases, we've actually been able to wear sweaters.
No, every Christmas that we were there, it was never hot. The first Christmas we had family in town and we were wearing like long sleeve shirts and stuff and we had to turn the pool heater on. And
it was the perfect like nice weather.
It was fine, but like the expectation was that we could like be out and go to the beach and stuff. And then that following Christmas was when that cold front tore through Florida and it was literally freezing cold temperatures. Like pull out the jackets and the beanies because it was freezing. It wasn't just like, 50s. It was properly like a cold front. And then obviously this past winter when we visited you guys, I feel like it was not obviously freezing cold, but it wasn't like a bright sunshiny hot day. It was definitely like put on some jeans and get cozy because it's not nice outside. And I was like, what happened? I don't like this.
Yeah. And people have this interpretation of like Miami, it's always hot and like no matter what time of year, and people don't realize that like it's really only hot like
it's still North America. Like I think a lot of people think Miami is so far south that it's like touching the equator or that it's like Mexico or something, and I'm like, it's still continental United States. Like it's still pretty far north if we're going to talk about where it falls on the globe. So I think a lot of people just perceive that it's like, oh, surely it's so far south that we're going to be like very tropic. And I'm like, no, it's still North America. Like we're still going to have moderate temperatures for winter.
Well, and it's the water. That's cold.
Yeah, for sure.
So we planned our spring break. We were talking about Georgia and we're like, we settled on Florida, but we're still probably going to have a freezing ocean.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the Atlantic Ocean's not very warm.
Jackie's like, I didn't know we're going in the
water.
water.
I typically don't go in the Atlantic Ocean unless it's like August. So yeah, I already know that.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just be doing TikTok lives
from our backyard with the pool and a hot tub and the deck. Like,
yeah. And honestly, we got an Airbnb and the pool is being built now currently at the Airbnb. And so we're like, are they gonna like tag on these like super expensive like heating prices? Because we've seen like $100
that's
a day
so
is like the average, which is
outrageous. I don't
insane.
think, what would you guys
That's
think for your pool
insane.
heater? I don't think we ever reached over 20 additional dollars a month when we had the heater cranked on during the winter months. Like, I don't think we ever
I mean,
noticed where it
yeah.
was like all of a sudden, like, bro, like our heater is costing us $100 in
No,
electricity. So I was just like, $100 a day. And they also had,
that's
I think one
insane.
of the houses actually had a thing on it that said it wouldn't let you exceed 89 degrees or whatever it was. And I was like, so you even have a lock on it, but you're still going to charge us $100? I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah. Yeah,
Next.
I think that I'm gonna guess like if you ran your pool for 24 hours, like and it just the heater's just cranking the whole 24 hours, I'm gonna guess maybe like
Yeah,
$5.
per
I don't
day.
know, maybe
Yeah,
$10
per
at
day.
most. I mean, that's
Yeah.
even
But
pushing
I
it, I
think
feel
most people,
like.
because there's timers now. So I think that's maybe why we only had maybe like a $20 difference in our bills, because we'd set the timer. And then as soon as like dusk set, like we had it shut off because we are like, well, obviously that defeats the purpose because
No,
it's
and once you
cold.
get in, it's gonna
It's going to stay
stay
warm. Yeah.
warm enough.
Especially during the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
So I was just like,
That's my point is even if you cranked it the whole 24 hours, I'm going to think at most, I mean, that's even pushing it $10,
yeah.
I think. So the fact that people are just, it's like, it's almost like your pool is an addition. Like it's a nice thing to be there, but it's not the source of the
No.
income.
But remember our one Airbnb in Orlando, they wanted to charge us to use the barbecue grill. Like they had a lock on the barbecue grill. What's going on? We need someone to like let us know what's going on with the Airbnb industry because there's cleaning fees.
And it was like
It wasn't
cheap
even a
barbecue
nice
too.
one, not at all. Like we have nicer ones in our normal houses. Like so, the fact that it's like they're just tacking on all these fees, like the golf cart rental, the if you want to utilize the heater for the pool, if you want to be able to use the barbecue grill, like any of it. And I was just like, no, like not cool. No. Like thanks for nothing.
So this person, they're charging 25 a day, but like we're like whatever.
That's not bad.
Like that's
yeah,
not
okay.
bad.
We're like maybe they
the
haven't
$100.
researched it and they don't know what they could be charging. We're like, that's fine. We'll take that.
That's fine. I mean, we should do free. We're like, is there going to even be a pool there? We haven't seen it.
But so he hasn't charged us anything. So I'm assuming it's going to be one of those things like it's going to be a conversation later once everything's done. And they have like their first people utilize the pool and they're like, oh, wait, the pool is actually not functioning. We're not going to charge you guys money. Like,
we're going to be like, we're veterans, active duty, firefighter, anything?
Discount? What? You feel bad for us?
We're very patriotic renters this week.
Do you not support
we really are. We
your troops and your like firefighters? Okay, I'll be sure to let the reviews know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, between the four of us, we're only missing a police officer.
That's all we're missing. We are checking the box for all of the things to feel bad for.
We have a veteran, a nurse, a firefighter, active duty. Like, what else
and we
do you
got kids too. Like, so it's like, oh, like the kids, it's their spring break. How could you ruin their spring break? Like,
gosh, Jackie, you're just missing being a police officer.
That's my calling. I need to go. All right, guys, it's been fun doing this podcast, but I got to go to police academy. So I'll see you on the flip side.
Gosh, what a life. I mean, I just think like who in the world wants to be a police officer these days? God bless them now. I mean, God bless them always, but like specifically now, it feels like even more of like, wow.
God bless so many shenanigans every day, all the time.
Because it's too much. It's too much. But anyways, I'm glad everything's going well. How's your workout class going?
It's going good. I'm having a lot of fun with it because I just get to basically write and do whatever I want. And I'm basically dabbling in a little bit of yoga and a little bit of like strength training, but taking things really slow and focusing on like the movements. So it's been good. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting positive feedback from the people who attend the class. So I'm just like, I'm having fun with it. Like it's been good. Yeah.
Good. Have you done your little get in the zone, stretch zone?
So just so you guys know what she's talking about, my class is called Stretch Zone, not to be mistaken for Auto Zone, but that's going to be my like catchphrase, like song. And like we're talking about how like I should basically start the class where it's like get in the zone, stretch zone, and then it just like
make everyone
have like laser lights come through and everything. So I'm working on it. It's a project.
You're working on your what's it called? your not braveness. What's the word?
I mean, it is braveness, like to be able to pull something off
Yeah.
like that.
Working
Yeah,
yourself up to
I'm
that.
trying to like create the vibe for myself. I mean, it's basically like a spin class vibe. Like to have that, like I feel like that's how spin instructors are, where it's like smoke show, laser lights, get in the zone. And it's just I don't know if I'm at that level yet. Like
No, and then you do that, and then everyone's
yeah,
like,
exactly. They just stand there like, oh, and they walk out and I'm like awkward. They roll up their yoga mats and leave. Like,
I mean, I honestly think that it would bring people.
okay.
They'd be like, there's this like tall blonde chick, and she like brings a vibe. You should come.
Just come see what she does. Like it's so bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be a good idea.
I'll consider it. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe as I get more comfortable, maybe I'll just do it one day and really throw people like throw them off. Like, what was that?
But you got remember, you got to do it if you're gonna commit. You got to commit to like full, like being
Oh
confident.
no, I
in
have
what
to do
you're
full
saying.
energy. I can't come in like half-heartedly.
Yeah, it can't
like,
be like get in the zone, stretch zone. Like it's got.
yeah,
You got to come in like
full
full
power.
guns
Yes.
blazing.
No, I
Yeah.
will. And if I do that, I'll have to record it so you can see how awful it was.
No, it's gonna be awful. I
Yeah.
would laugh.
I would too.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
yes, girl.
Like, I don't know you, but I like it. Like,
You should have seen me at PTM last night.
oh, yes.
I was just like
a little bit like open
we
house,
had a
right? For the kiddos.
Yeah, they kind of let everyone settle in to the first like 2 weeks of school, and then they do it because I think it's like then parents kind of like have their questions because like you don't have really questions until you start. You know what I mean? Like, and you see what the flow is. So, anyways, we did that. It was good. Of course, the PE teacher, which is also helps in math, he came up to me. He's like, Mr. Hager, by the way, and he's like, I'm really worried about Ryan. And I'm like, why? I'm thinking he's talking about PE, but he was talking about math. He's like, he's just so slow, like even opening his book to do math. And I'm like, I warned you.
But is he just like being chill?
I was like,
I feel like isn't that Ryland like?
oh yeah, it wasn't like what's it called? He wasn't saying it in a bad.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like, oh my gosh, your kid's so
Yeah.
bad. He just like, I hope he gets with it. And I'm like, I know. They were like, you know, some of these kids' math looks like what do they call them? Like a geographical, like nothing's in order. It's just like, and he's like, and some people still get the right answer, and I don't know.
He's like, I don't know what they're doing. I can't follow this work, but
yeah. So I told Ryan, I'm like, you need to like, we gotta focus. Oh, but you know what the worst thing ever out of the meeting was?
What?
You're not gonna believe it.
Hit me.
It is gonna be a peanut-free school.
Oh, we have a peanut allergy in the group?
No. Peanut-free school.
What happened? Who complained? What one kid is ruining it for everybody?
They just have too many.
There's a handful of kids?
They just have too many
I feel like there wasn't.
I mean, there's a handful in every class.
Oh. I feel like Liam and Jax didn't have a peanut allergy kid in the class. Really? I feel like I gave him normal snacks.
Jax has had 5 since like pre-K 3.
Oh. I swear I put normal snacks in, though. You know how like it even says on there like tree.
She's like, I put nuts in my snack.
Well, he wasn't getting like full blown nuts. Like he doesn't eat that. Like, but you know how like it says like this was manufactured in a plant that also.
That's okay if it says that as long as it doesn't contain.
Oh, okay. I thought they were basically
that's where
like
the issue is.
That kind of stuff wasn't allowed.
No, so it's not going to be a nut-free school. It's going to be a peanut-free school. But the reason why it's such a bad thing is because Rylan eats peanut butter and jelly every day.
Oh no! What's going to happen? Can he do deli? Does he like deli meat or like a cheese sandwich?
Not really, but we're going to figure it out. This is going to be like got me up.
He's about to be like, I'm hungry. Dang, that's crazy.
So anyways,
but I thought they eat outside. They can't like split them up enough to like have the peanut kids go sit in a corner.
I don't know.
Wow, I'm about to get canceled because I just can't with the allergy kids.
I can't do it either. I can't do it either. So Rylan doesn't have anyone in his class, but I think it's just spread up throughout so many, and there's some of them that I don't know if like something happened already this year, and they're just like, we're just not going to.
No, of course, yeah, it's too much of a liability.
I'm not sure.
The school doesn't
I think
want
they
to
have
deal
like
with it.
20 EpiPens in their office.
I just feel like, I don't know, from your nurse perspective, as a sidebar, I'm so sorry. I just can't handle it anymore.
No,
like,
I think it's.
Has this gotten worse
over
the years? Like, we're making our kids more allergic to things as we move forward.
So the problem that is occurring, well, there's definitely an uprise in it, but the problem that's occurring is people are now scared to give their kid things. And you are supposed to, like, now, I think just recently they started coming out with like to feed your baby like peanut butter by like
That's
6
good.
months, because they're like you need to like get that in them, like get the
Mhm.
eggs in them, get all the like allergy things so their body is used to it and nobody creates an allergy from it. Because there's some people that are like 3 years old that their parent hasn't given them peanut butter or whatever because they're
Yeah.
scared of them having a reaction. But it's like what you can do is, even if you're that scared, right? What you do is you give your kid peanut butter, like go by an urgent care or like in the car or whatever it is, hospital. And a lot of people that have allergies in the family, they do that
Yeah.
actually. They'll give their kid like peanut butter or something that like is very, high risk, I guess you could say. And they do it like outside of a
Mhm.
doctor's office or do something so that they're
Yeah, and
just
I remember
ready.
our pediatrician actually gave us the advice of during those stages when it's like, oh, you're 1 year old now. Okay, your next appointment is on this date. That morning before you guys come in, give him eggs because you already have an appointment
Yep.
scheduled. So go ahead and toss some eggs on
Yep.
his plate. Let him eat it. If he has a reaction, we'll already be like here, ready to see him. We can gauge how intense things are, what we need to do moving
Yep.
forward, restrictive diets, whatever it is. And I was like, that's genius. Everyone should be shoving all sorts of crazy foods in these kids' faces before they're like, especially with how frequent the appointments are at that stage. Like,
Yeah. 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 I think the whole allergy thing in general is getting a little out of control. A lot of people are doing allergy testing now, and like they'll go and it'll say they're allergic to things they like eat
yeah,
every day. And it's like,
cool. Yeah,
and then they'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm allergic to it. I can't have it." I'm like, "Bro, you've been eating
yeah,
it. Like, do you have a reaction?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like,
yeah.
"Okay, then."
Then keep on keeping on.
I
Like,
think the medical field is just becoming
we're
too
just
much.
hypochondriacs. Like we're all turning into like some sort of degree of a hypochondriac where it's like you said with the allergies, like has it caused you any problems thus far? No. Then why would you stop eating? Obviously it's such a minor allergy,
Yeah.
like you're fine. Like keep enjoying life. Like
Yeah. Or my favorite one is I just even laugh saying it. My favorite one is like, I'm allergic to
yeah.
dust. And I'm like, bro, I
Yeah.
think everyone
Who's
is.
not?
Like, no offense, but like dust, like I know we've come far and like, our bodies like evolving, but like the reality is like, you know, we had dirt back in the day, but like it wasn't like dust was developing in our like
And it's
little
not
hut
like it's an
in the
irritant too,
dirt.
because I find that like when it's traveling here and it's coming in through your not like that's when we're getting irritated by it. Where I'm just like, that's
Yeah.
not a normal thing that we're encountering every day. I feel like so.
Yeah, but dust is not like, like I said, we weren't like, and Adam and Eve didn't have like dust in their tent and their dirt floor. Like it was dirt. I mean,
Yeah,
like we're not meant to be like technically how we are in homes that don't get fresh air and like blow through and like so it's like, yeah, we're all probably allergic to
yeah,
dust.
for sure.
Like I hate when people
Yeah,
say
I
stuff
sneeze
like that.
every time I
I'm
dust my house. Like
thankful.
if I like go and wipe down the ceiling blades from the
Same.
ceiling fan, all of a sudden I'm like
Yes,
sneezing
and
and I'm
it's
like,
just like,
oh, okay, I guess I should never clean
yeah.
again because this is a hazard
Yeah,
now.
it's always
Yeah,
like, you're starting to get
yeah,
teary-eyed and it's
yeah,
I don't know. I'm thankful I don't have allergies in
yeah.
general.
We gotta get that
Um,
EpiPen out for every time we dust our houses.
I'm glad I don't have allergies during like
Yeah,
seasonal because I see people struggle and
that's
I'm like,
Tony.
thank
Yeah,
God.
Tony definitely has terrible
Oh,
allergies when it comes to pollen and cats.
I was gonna say, do you feel like maybe it's just I always see him during these times, but I feel like he always struggles with some level of
Um,
allergies, even like not allergy season.
maybe. I mean, it depends because he's probably one of those people that's like, I think he got tested and it was like, of course, everything where it was like bugs, grass, pollen,
Yeah.
dust, all that kind of stuff. So maybe like to a degree, he's going to be irritated by something in the space. But I think that kind of also matches what we were talking about. I don't know, like it's gotten better over the years, but I think it just naturally here in North Carolina, we've got really bad pollen. So then it's a huge trigger for him. Like it comes back full
Yeah.
swing. So I'm just like, sorry, honey,
Yeah.
it's your life.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister-in-law has bad allergies and she moved to the allergy
Oh,
capital,
oh yeah,
Chattanooga,
yeah.
Tennessee.
Yep.
Literally, they looked it up. She's like, "Why?" She's like always heard allergies like are bad. and she has them, and but she didn't realize how bad they were because we lived here. Like, we don't really have. Florida is one of the best places you can live. Utah, actually, also, that's
Colorado.
why
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
had a
move
friend
there.
who moved to Colorado too because of that. Like clean air.
So yeah, she moved there, and she was like, my allergies are so bad, and like they ended up looking up, and it's the allergy capital.
I'm assuming she's on medication just to like, so she's not moving.
Yeah, yeah. I think I don't think she takes it every day, but I think she takes it. Like, we went up there and we drove around, and like our black car was like straight up yellow. I mean, like you would roll the window down and you'd
And
be
there'll be
like,
a line. Yeah,
like
you could
just
do like
fall
the
off.
wiper blades and it will just like swoosh. Like you just see the cloud of yellow swoosh. Like,
I wonder like what the effects are like. Does that stuff go like in our
yeah,
lungs?
sure. It does. Yeah.
Like,
Just like
does it make
everything.
it there?
I'm sure everything. Like it'd be so, I mean, I don't know what's happening to our podcast right now.
We're a medical podcast.
Because I was going to say, I would love to volunteer my body for science when I pass away as a really old lady in my happy stage.
Oh, my grandma wants
Yeah,
that.
and I want them to just like cut open my lungs and my liver and like the organs that would be holding on to things.
Yeah.
And I just want to like, I wish I could know. Been like, oh, look at that pollen.
I was gonna say, too
know.
bad.
Like, I want to know. Like, oh, look at that pile of pollen. That must be from when she lived in North Carolina. Or look at that plastic that settled in her liver. Like, that must be from all those like orange high seas she drank as a kid, but no one ever told.
No, talk about
From like all of the things that she ate, like the convenience foods of our generation. Like, is that from the Lunchables that she ate? Like, where now she's just got sediments of plastic sitting in her liver, and I'm just like, oh, but to be a fly on the wall. So, yep, that's a little tidbit there.
I know. There's kind of things that I'm like, gosh, I wish I mean, will we be able to see that? Like, will we be able to, do you think people that have passed, because we obviously both believe in heaven, and like, at least both of us, I don't know about anybody listening, but we like, can people in heaven just like watch us?
I would like to think so.
Yeah, I think not, actually. That's
wouldn't want them to be able to, or you don't think they can?
No, I don't. I don't.
I was saying I'd want them to. I don't know if they can or not, but I feel like it'd be cool to think that they could like see us and kind of look down. Like, I'm happy.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
when I'm at my house, I'm like, nah,
stop talking to me. But it's just like, generally speaking, I think our loved ones would like to see that we're well and happy.
Yeah.
So I think that would be really cool in the back of my mind. But can they? I don't know.
I don't. So this is my theory. I think not, because there is no sadness in heaven, and there's too much sadness in the world and like things that happen to us to then like, what do they just watch it and then have no feeling to it? Like, what would be the point of watching it if they can't like process
and they can't respond to it? Yeah, so they wouldn't be able to have a sensation of sadness if something happened. Yeah,
right. Like. So I just don't know if they would be able to watch, because like if there's no negative or sad feelings in heaven, it's just like joy and happiness, then like this world is not that.
No, I get what you're saying. It's a very good question. Like, I feel like we've got to get someone in theology on here so they can break it down for us and be like, based off of, what we've found, maybe.
I just don't think we're meant for that. You know what I mean? Like, say we're like a family in Israel, like getting bombed. Do you think like our family's up there like not sad about it? They're just like, I just don't know. I don't see how the two can collide.
No, I could see that. That's a good point. I'm not sure.
Now, is that the case?
Yeah, we don't know. One day we will find out when it is our turn.
That's just my like theory, right? Like that's what I thought. Like, okay, if there's no sadness, then I don't know if they'd be able to see, like, unfortunately, like all the sad things that occur in our world.
That's sad.
But I don't know. Albert always jokes with me that if I like find another man or something, he's gonna haunt me like in my sleep, like pull my toes at night. And I'm like, oh my God. He doesn't want me to, if something happens to him, he doesn't want me to get remarried or be with somebody.
Well, maybe there's a chance we'll never know. like maybe that's
what I said. I was like, and you'll do what?
All you can do is
I don't
look,
believe,
and that's it.
Yeah, because I'm not a believer in ghosts. Like, I'm not a believer that like people come back to Earth. I think like where would that fit in?
Who didn't make it? Who got lost? Like, so they didn't make it.
I don't
or
think God makes people get lost.
unfinished business, because we're getting into spooky season. So it's like these are the people with unfinished business.
See, I just personally don't. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I just don't believe it. I think a lot of what people see is up here.
It's because that's what we want to see, right? We want to know that grandma's just standing in the corner and that she's like always looking out for us. And it's like, oh, she shut the bathroom door because she loves me. Like, and it's like,
and there's always one person that sees it first. And then remember, like, now you've heard the story and now like you want to see it or you're scared of it. So now your mind is just like,
and that's why I love scary movies.
Has that image.
Because I do that.
Yeah. Yeah. My aunt has, like, they say their whole family says they've seen the man. They call him the man in their house. And he's like a cowboy. And supposedly where they live used to be like cowboy, like, well, it used to be like an Indian reservation, and you know, cowboys, like, I'm sure, like, fought there.
Wild West,
not specifically there, but you know what I mean, in the area, because Hialeah used to be cowboys.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like,
if they could saloons, come back and see what Hialeah's like now, it would blow these cowboys' minds. Like,
yes.
If you've ever been to Miami, just have your Uber driver take you through Hialeah, but don't get out of there's no reason to get out of the car. Like,
God, don't even go there.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's like,
I mean, every city has its sketchy neighborhood. It's fine. Like, it's not like,
it's not even just sketchy. It's like the worst of Cuba came and just lived there in one neighborhood.
Well, that's an interesting fact then, that used to be like where cowboys resided, because I never would have guessed.
Yes. Saloons. It was like cowboy country. But anyways, they've all seen the man. And they're like, he has a cowboy hat and all this kind of stuff. You know, they name it all. And I'm just like, somebody probably saw him, said he had a cowboy hat and all this kind of stuff. You described him because they're like, we've all seen him and he looks the same, a cowboy hat and like.
I think we'd all describe a cowboy man, or I feel like we'd all describe that the same, wouldn't we? Like, if I asked you to describe what a cowboy looked like, I think our descriptions would be similar, just naturally. Like,
yes. And so I think whoever saw it first probably just was like, I saw a cowboy, he had a cowboy hat on, and then like now everyone else saw it and like I saw the cowboy hat too. It was like somebody started the like what he looked like. So I don't know. I'm not saying ghosts aren't real. I just don't know if I personally.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to our spooky ghosts.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do. Yeah, I do. I don't know. Jackie's a little like, I love my like spooky stuff. Like remember we've talked about this with like aliens and stuff before.
Yeah, but do you believe it? Or do you just want to believe it? You know how those people, like, theoretically, they would love that idea.
I guess that's me then. Theoretically, I would love the idea that there would be, like, witches and goblins and ghosts and zombies and, like, you know, one-headed pumpkin men and all this kind of stuff. Like, I just feel like that would be, what a world. But then at the same time, like, do I have enough evidence in my brain to be like, oh, yeah, for sure. Like, that's definitely walking around with us. No. But I enjoy the fascination.
You would like to think.
I just enjoy something about it as like a subject that I guess I would like that would be a real thing.
Yeah. I mean, I believe in Sasquatch.
Then you may as well believe in all the rest.
No. I believe in Sasquatch for sure. But I don't know. I just don't know if I believe in aliens. Like people, like I've described this, like people do. I don't think they're like smarter than us, and like when I say human like they can do things and build spaceships and stuff like that. If you want to say like, is there an animal on another planet? Sure, maybe. Because like anything outside of our planet that's like an organism is considered an alien. Like even if they find a plant, it's considered an alien. So sure, I believe in aliens if you say it like that. Like I just don't know if I believe that there's other like human like
M. Night Shyamalan's The Signs still gives me the EBGBs. Like that one's like, for some reason, because they don't depict aliens as like just green goblin looking guys. Like they make them look,
they're like animals,
like a little bit more normal, natural looking. So then I feel like because they made them afraid of us and like hiding kind of, I was just like, ooh, like this could be real. Like this could be real life.
Signs is like,
that's OG
or like
for sure.
Or like, what's the silent one?
Quiet Place. Yes. Yeah, that one's a really good too.
Like I say, I don't think they can come here on spaceships. But Could that exist on another planet? Sure, but they're just not going to be like have souls, and to me they'll be like more like an animal. Like, I'm going to eat you. like if
like
they
War
run
of the
into
Worlds.
you.
War of the Worlds
But
was like that too, where it was like a species that basically came and was like, we need to take over this planet, so we're gonna eat you. Like, it wasn't like a
But the problem is they came on spaceships.
I know, but they have no other way to get here.
Animals made
like,
spaceships.
They can't figure it out. That's all I got. They just like come out.
Like, do we think these animals can build these spaceships beyond our years? Like, we can't even
it out.
fathom.
I don't know. They Autobots.
Yeah. But those are like, they're like robots.
Yeah, but they're from
like
space.
I know, it is kind of weird. It's like
still kind of.
What's their story? They're just
we need to go back and have a viewing
just
party
like
for Transformers #1.
Well, did they just like poof into existence, or like is their storyline like somebody makes these bots up wherever they are?
I think someone made these bots.
I don't know the Transformers stories. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
They're not born.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then they were able to come to Earth and hide amongst us with vehicles. I think that's kind of like,
which is pretty cool.
Which is that a horror movie? I'm just kidding. Is this like super sci-fi? Like, no. Michael Bay.
Ariana's gonna just bust. Her car is just gonna turn into a transformer. That's what apparently my daughter, who is not girly at all, she's just another boy, like a third boy in girl form. She, and it's funny because she's still girly in a sense. Like, she looks girly. Like, she doesn't want to be a boy, but she is like. She told me, she's like, I want for my birthday a Transformers, but a normal Transformers, because Jack's got like a Ghostbusters Transformer for his birthday, and she's like, a normal Transformer. That's all I want for my birthday. I'm like,
you gotta get her like Bumblebee or something. That one's cute. Yeah,
something
that
cute.
Was a yellow,
a unicorn.
What is Bumblebee? A Charger? A yellow Charger or something? I feel like that's cute. Little sports car for her.
A Charger or Mustang?
No, it wasn't a Mustang. Yeah, I think it's either a Charger or a. I think it's a Charger.
I think it might be a Charger.
But that's fine. Still some sort of cute yellow sports car would be a cute one for her. And Bumblebee had the cutest personality too, out of all the Autobots. So. Yeah. I'm here for it.
He did. I'm excited for Chris Hemsworth playing. What's the main guy? Optimus Prime.
Yep.
He plays Optimus Prime. And I'm excited because he's just so good looking.
Even though we don't get to see him. Just get to hear his voice and imagine what he's thinking.
No, his voice too is great. It's all just. I saw a like preview for the Limitless that he does with National Geographic, and he goes and he plays the drums for Ed Sheeran's show, and he's never played drums before. So like in a few weeks he learns how to play, and he plays, and like the whole crowd doesn't know it's him until after he plays, and. Like just the preview of him with like drumsticks at a drum set, and you're just like,
I watched his
like, can you get any more good looking?
Or just like all around awesome. He did the I think it's on Disney Plus, the shark one, where he went around and did the shark series or whatever it was, and I was like, I think some friends of Tony's were over, and they're like, I know where you're watching this, because obviously it was just him walking around. Like, he'd get on a surfboard and be like, yeah, so like what's going on with the sharks? And I'm just like, yeah, what's going on with them? Like, he's like, I guess we had to dive in the water and go check it out. I'm like, yeah, maybe you should.
I know. Alvaro, my husband, is like, if I could just come back as anybody, it would be him. And he's good at so many, like, he surfs, he skateboards, like, he seems like a great dad. He seems like a solid husband. Like, he seems just like genuine. He's a good actor. Like, he's in shape. Like, he just like seems just all around very talented. And I was like, dude, there's got to be something wrong with him. Like,
no one can be,
typical,
no one can be perfect, babe. Like,
typical guy. Excuse my language. I mean, not that this is a kid podcast, but he's like, he must have like a small
something's
like,
got to be wrong.
What's wrong with him? Like, he looks too perfect.
There's no way someone's so good looking, smart,
like, he's tall.
Nice.
He's 6'3".
Yeah.
Like, whatever. You know, he's got the accent and all.
For sure.
But it's fine. One day, Alvaro's like, next year I'm gonna be the short Hispanic version of Chris Hemsworth. I was like, hey, I'll be here for it. Let's go.
I support you, babe.
But anyways,
Speaking of spooky season, because we were talking about
Oh,
that,
okay.
I was at Target the other day and also Hobby Lobby, and they had Christmas stuff out, and I don't like it. I don't
What?
like it. They had Christmas trees and
Didn't they just get the fall
yeah. So then
stuff?
obviously now it's like everything on my Circle app is Halloween costumes and candy and like pumpkin carving stuff, and I'm
Oh.
just like, what? Like it just clicked into September.
Jackie's like, we're still
Yeah,
in
like I'm
summer.
still looking at cute bathing suits right now. Like I'm still going to the pool next weekend. Like I don't
Wait,
understand.
okay,
Like
so why do they have
I
Christmas
don't
stuff
know.
out?
And I feel like it's something to do just with like money and commercialization and stores are just
Mm,
every year I feel like it gets earlier and earlier. And same with the other holidays too, not just
yeah.
Christmas. Like I feel like by the time we get into New Year's, then it's like boom, Valentine's Day. And then as soon as I take those heart chocolates off the shelves, boom, it's Easter. So we don't even get like
Yeah.
I just feel like there's never a gap. You don't have like normal or like soaking up the current holiday. Like right now we're being force fed
Yeah.
Christmas. And I'm like, no, 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 put on the brakes. Like I'm still over here like soaking up the
Gosh, I'm
sun.
here for Christmas. I'll start
I mean, I
now.
love Christmas. Like I love it, but I also feel
Like, just
like
skip Halloween.
I don't know. I like to have the progression of the season. So I feel like when
Yeah.
they just are coming in and
Mhm.
like shoving that down my throat to like buy with like sales and stuff, it gives me a little bit of an ick because that's not what the holiday is about. Like, yeah, I love Christmas music and baking and having a Christmas tree in my house and Christmas lights and all the fun. But like the way that stores are pushing on us is not for
Yeah.
like cute, whimsical, like fun family memories. They're doing it from like a
Yeah.
come buy all this crap because you need to be what is it called? What's the new thing now? Overconsumption. They're trying to force us into
Yeah.
overconsumption and it's unnecessary. Like, I'm not going to put my Christmas
Yeah.
tree up tomorrow. I'm not buying a new design with ornaments and tinsel every single year, but that's what they're trying to make us do.
No,
They want us to like
me either.
switch our stuff every year and buy hundreds of dollars worth of decor. And I'm just like, what? Like, what happened? Like, I feel like this, I don't remember this as a kid, like with our
Yeah.
Christmas tree and like the decor being pushed on us. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think I've bought something Christmas related in like years because it's like whatever you buy like lasts. Also, I used to love decorating everything. It'd be like November
Yeah,
1st,
yeah.
bust everything out because that's just me. November
No,
1st
but
is
that's good. I would
Christmas,
say it's
guys.
pretty
And then
average, like which is totally fine.
November 1st is Christmas, and then you go like the lead up, and then like Wednesday and Thursday is Thanksgiving, and then
And
back
that's
to
appropriate because I
Christmas.
think a lot of
Like,
people you get that whimsical family wintry vibe with Thanksgiving as well. So I think
yeah,
that's really appropriate.
yeah.
I just don't think any earlier than that
You're
is
like,
like
we just finished
yeah, like I
August.
just put crayons in our shopping cart for back to school, but then now I already need to turn around
Yeah.
and like grab the Christmas ornaments. So I just
Is it on sale or they're just
a little bit of both. Like Hobby Lobby had all their
okay?
Christmas decor at 50% off. So that's their way of like,
No.
basically pushing for overconsumption, right? So if you see a Christmas tree for $70, like you're
Dang.
going to buy it. If you see Christmas ornaments for
So
$5, like heck yeah, I'm going to stock up, but it's overconsumption. Like we don't need it. Like everyone, unless this is
mhm.
your very first Christmas tree and you just got married this year, who's buying another Christmas tree, another box of
I don't
ornaments? Like
know. Do you think it's like have stores kept this inventory that whatever they're putting up stores kept this inventory from last year that they couldn't sell like they overbought and they're like trying to get rid of it now before the
I
Christmas
don't think it
season like
is.
or you think
No,
this is literally just
this
starting
is starting fresh
fresh?
because usually, like
Wow.
I know that's when we bought our Christmas tree was after Christmas because that's usually when they mark everything down to like
Yeah, of course.
75% off. That's the time
Yeah.
if you're wanting to buy Christmas decor, go
Mhm.
buy it after Christmas when everything is like
Yeah.
hella cheap. This is preparing for the Christmas season. So this is the new stuff. This is like, hey, black and white plaid is out. We're doing this now, like whatever it is. Like so
Yeah.
now they're pulling out the new stuff and they're wanting us to like switch our
Jeez.
decor. And I'm just like, I can't. Like I just bought stuff. Like it's just too much.
Do you feel like this is new or do you feel like it is when I say a little bit where you live, like here, like up there, it's gonna like not quickly, but kind of quickly start to like cool down and you need the long sleeves and you get into the like winter vibes. Whereas here, like I feel like winter stuff starts coming out like in like
No,
October,
yeah, I get what you're
November.
saying. But I feel like, yeah, obviously stores are pushing out fall wear, right? Like they're like, oh, get this comfy sweater, but no one's wearing it because it's still 80 degrees outside. But I think
Yeah.
I think everything is being pushed from overconsumption. Not so much like where we live. I
Just
think it's
why
just
though? Let overconsume with like
yeah,
appropriate
yeah,
timing
because
on
I feel like
things.
this wasn't when we were kids. I feel like yes, obviously there was the trendy stuff that people were lining up outside of Old Navy for or whatever it was. But I just don't remember there being like an external pressure for my parents to be like, oh crap, like now we need to go buy a whole new ornament set. Like
No,
there wasn't
no.
social media, there wasn't a circle app. The only way that you knew if a store was having a sale is if you got the little like paper thing, the catalog in the mail.
Yeah.
And then you'd flip through it and be like, oh, I
Well,
need new ornaments because those ones got smashed when the dog ran into the tree. And that would be your reason for going out and buying new ornaments. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't even think like I remember being like Halloween and then
yeah,
Christmas. Like I remember being like November 1st, then was Christmas, not September.
yeah. And I think that's why I'm just like, I'm starting to pay more attention to it because of like, especially I think because of school aged kids. So for instance, whenever the teacher's like, hey, we're having an Easter party, be sure to like, grab, everyone sign up for a goodie. You have paper plates, you've got cupcakes.
Yeah.
I would go to Target then 2 weeks before this Easter party and the shelves would be empty. And I'd be like, what the heck? And I'd be like, I missed it. Like people already bought it back in February because that's when they pulled everything from Valentine's Day off the shelves and stocked up on Easter. And I was
Yeah.
like, dang, like I already like I can't even host the cute Easter party now because it's all gone. Like we're already gearing up for 4th of July.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm also really bad at doing like stuff. So like it's funny, like if I'm a tasker, if it's something task oriented that I need to do, like I have to pay a bill or I have to do taxes or I don't know, something like that, I'm very much like I'll do it now off my head, don't have to think about it, don't have to write it down. But when it comes to like something for like Valentine's Day for school kids parties, I'm like wait till the
Yeah.
last second. And then even then I'm like, why am I buying this? Like I throw away, it's maybe bad, but I throw away what people send.
Yeah. No, we've talked about that too because the same thing, overconsumption.
It's such a waste. Yes. So what I've been doing is I either send nothing. I go 2 routes. I either look like the terrible mom that doesn't send anything, which no offense, but like say, Joe Schmo goes home, little kid, and he has all these like Valentines. Are they going to know that my kid didn't
No.
send one?
No.
Probably not. But what I've been doing is it's not the healthy choice, guys, but I mean, what is
No,
on
it's all
Valentine's Day? It's
candy,
all
yeah.
candy. I do Little
Yeah.
Debbie cakes because I feel like it's like one little cake. They'll eat it probably that day or that night, and that's it. There's no like little dumb toy and paper. And they come home with this like it's literally like a paper with like a monster
Yeah.
truck on it. And it's like, love, John. And you're just like,
Yeah.
okay.
So I try to do better. Like this
You bought
past year,
this?
I did instead of candy, then because I was like, okay, let me avoid the red dye 40. Let me be that mom.
Yeah.
So I went and got keychains off
Mhm.
Amazon. So I did Minecraft ones for his boy, like classmates, and then like girly little like fast food burgers and milkshakes with eyeballs and stuff for the girls. And then that's what he like attached
Yeah.
to the Valentine. So I was like, well, at least this is something that they can toss on their backpacks. And I did end up seeing them
Yeah.
on their backpacks. So it was like a sense of like, okay, like,
Good.
yeah, maybe some of the parents threw
Yeah.
this away because it is like, plastic, 30-cent gumball machine, trash. But at the same time, like kids like that stuff. So then it was
Yeah.
like, okay, like maybe this is like the route we'll go from now on instead of like, because I usually throw away like Tootsie Pops,
The
get all that
candy.
garbagey candy.
Oh
like
my
I'm
gosh,
just
same.
like, boom.
Unless
Yes.
it's good, like
Like a
solid
Reese's,
Reese's or
yeah,
something.
Reese's peanut Snicker
Yeah,
bar,
I'm
all
like,
that stuff.
I go through and
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can have this
whoosh.
stuff, but like anything that's like Tootsie Pop or Fun Dip or Ring Pops, and like just scoop that all right into the trash can. You're welcome.
I know, and I feel bad people bought this, but I'm just like, come on, we're all parents.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
don't we know better?
I guess that's what I
So
try to like, and I guess both of you and I are trying to come from a standpoint of like, I don't want it, so maybe the other parents don't either. So let me get something that's like trying to be a little bit better. So I think it's getting better now. I'm starting to notice a little bit like it seems like less crap. Sometimes it's like obviously still the Valentines and the pieces of paper and little racers and stuff. But I can see when some parents are like, they get them like the little yum yums, like the yum yum milk chocolate ones and stuff. I'm like, oh, see, like they care, they tried, they spent more and got like the healthy alternative.
Would you eat my Little Debbie ice?
Yeah, I would. Actually, I think I did smash Liam's Little Debbie when he was in that Valentine's Day party. I don't remember. He might have eaten it, but I definitely was just like, oh, you're You gonna finish
Gosh,
that?
they're so freaking good. It's like the
Yeah.
zebra cake, but like
Yeah, and they do it for
Valentine version.
Christmas
It's
too. Oh yeah, because I bought
fantastic.
them to Christmas at
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah. Remember I got them from what was it?
Yeah.
Walmart. I got the hearts. I got like two because I got like two massive boxes between my three kids class. And I
So
was like, here you
smart.
go,
Yeah.
send this. And it was perfect. I didn't need to say it was from Jax. I didn't nothing. I literally just was like, Jax, give
No,
one
and
to
it's fun
everyone.
because
And
then they
that's
still get to
it.
participate. Because like I think they walk around and put them in each
Yeah.
other's like Valentine's Day boxes. So then they still get to go and
Yeah.
do that, and it still feels fun. And then everyone loves that. Because I for sure would be
Yeah.
smashing some little Debbie's, like if that was falling in my box. Like
Yeah, but that's what ended up to me last year was, or I guess not last year, this past February. I like thought of it like only a couple days before, and there was like
oh,
nothing
that's
anywhere.
right.
Like there's no little bit Debbie's. And so I had to buy them online, and I was like, hopefully these are, and remember they expired in like 3
Yeah.
months. And
But
I
I
was
think
like,
that's
this
normal
is
though. I
fine,
think little
right?
Debbie's don't have a long shelf life. I think it's like
I
no,
thought they
Twinkies
did.
are the ones that have the long shelf life. I think regular like little Debbie's are a little bit more like a baked good. So I don't think they have like
Yeah.
a 6-month shelf life or anything like that.
I don't remember. It was like I even had to ask Jackie. I was like, "Is it fine that they expire in like whatever it is,
Yeah.
2 weeks?" And she's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, it's
especially because
fine."
I think even if a parent flipped that over and they're like, "Oh, 2 weeks, like eat it," like
No, but even if like I don't think it's gonna
no,
last
not
that
a
long.
level.
You only
Yeah,
get one.
no,
It's
that's
I
gone.
mean,
Who knows
I
if that even
smashed
made
too
it
many of
home?
them.
Like for some of those kids.
I had like maybe 10 left over, and they got smashed
Yeah.
quick by
By
me.
me.
By me. And I was like, and the kids were like, "Where's mine?" I was like, "I don't know.
Yeah,
We
we
used
used
them
it
all."
for your classmates.
It's so sad that like it's reversed. The kids aren't like we have to like hide stuff like from our kids, like, don't eat
Yeah,
my
yeah.
candy.
No, I do it. I for sure do it. Whenever I've got like good stuff, like not trash, I'm just like, this is mommy's snack. And they're like, that looks good. And I'm like, cool. Good for you.
Gosh, I don't even tell them. I like literally hide it in like a top
Yes.
shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
That I'm like, they're not gonna see this because if they know about it, they'll
Oh,
search
dang.
for it.
Especially Callie, because she like climbs your pantry.
They all do. They all do. All my kids, and it's so funny when somebody new comes over and they like see them on top of the cabinet or like,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Is
I
she
know.
just
That
like
was
doing that?" I'm
me.
like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine."
I was like,
She's just getting a cup of water, and she's always like, "I'm just getting a cup," because our pantry's not. I mean, they do climb our pantry too, but our pantry's separate from like our cabinets, and so yeah, they just climb it all. I make them very self-efficient because I'm not gonna get the cup for them. Like, come on, you can get yourself
no,
water.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Which I need to get better about having my kids do things. I'm really like, Ronan's at that age where I'm just like, I really need to get on him of just doing things himself and not relying. I'm like, dude, you're going to get a license in
That's
4
wild.
years. Like,
Yeah.
get with it.
I didn't even think about that. Like the perspective that he should be doing a lot more at his age compared to what he'll be doing in 4 years. Like getting gas, having a credit card, like knowing what to do in case something happens to the car. Like,
Don't
yeah.
scare me. Just when we pay off our
Yeah,
cars.
just to have a
then we
teenage driver.
Then we have to have a teenage driver, which I think we're just going to buy them affordable, like used but good, like
Good, sturdy Honda Civic.
gas efficient. Yeah, like gas efficient, safe, but we're just going to give them each 2 years and that's it. So they get to drive it for 2 years and they have to find out like within that 2 years, they need to save for a car. They need to figure out what they're doing or have a job to supply whatever car they're going to buy because they have 2 years and then it goes to the next kid, which I think is fair because we're going to make them pay for their gas and stuff. Like they can't have a car if they're not going to be able to pay for their gas. Like, sorry.
Yeah, I think that's what my parents did too. Is like I paid for my own. Like they obviously had me on their car insurance policy, but I paid them for it. Like then it was like, oh, here's your monthly rate. Okay, gas, here you go. Like, and then whenever something needed to be done with the car, like my dad would help me because he would be like, obviously, like he doesn't want a girl just venturing out into the world trying to figure out car stuff. But then it'd be like I would be forking up the bill, and I was like, this is teaching me responsibilities to spend my money wisely.
Of course. And I was never like, I wasn't given a car really, like by my parents, but I am not big on handing out things. But at the same time, like, I feel like that's setting them up for success without
absolutely
them. Like you've got 2 years to be able to drive yourself and your siblings for high school, because that's what's
Yeah.
really going to happen. Like Rylan, once he turns 16, he's going to have to drive his brother
Yeah.
to high school along with him. So he's going to have to do that, and he's going to have a job. And even if he doesn't get a job right away, I'm okay. By 17, you
Yeah.
better have a job. But 16,
Yeah, it's hard because there's a lot.
whatever.
Like, yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But they got 2 years, and that's it. Then they got to figure it out.
And then he's going to be asking Jax for a ride.
So 16 to 18. Yep, 16 to 18. That's your limit, because mine are exactly 2 years apart. So it would be perfect timing where they just all like, you got 2 years, bud. Don't, because of course they're gonna wait till like 4 months before, like, gotta start saving
with their $200 paychecks.
You're like, and I'm savage. I have no problem like him having to ask Jax once Jax. I told you. I've told you
to
for
ask
2
your little
years
brother
now
for a ride now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Alvaro's like a little bit more in the spoiling because he grew up, more like, not poor, but kind of poor. So he's very like, he wants to give everything he didn't have. And I'm like, reel it back. We survived. Neither one of our parents gave us what we wanted, and we survived. And I think that you become better
for sure. So. I definitely, because it's similar to Tony and I too. So I think like looking back, I feel like it's made us into who we are. Had our parents given us everything, like I think it would have changed our trajectory, like as grown-ups. So, and especially in today's society too, because then I'd be still waiting for a handout right now. Like, so I just feel like you have to.
You would have claimed disability as a veteran.
So I just feel like I had to then learn how to like live paycheck to paycheck, start from the bottom and work my way up, like all of that. So I feel like it's going to make for better human beings if we do that for our children as well. Yep. And we're giving them the tools. We're not tossing them on their bottoms. So they'll be fine.
No, we're setting them for success. Listen, we got you a car. You're going to be able to go to work. You're going to be able to go to work and school. And you're not going to have to like, worry about finding rides. Like, we're setting you up for success. Now you have a job and you've been at your job for a while. Okay. You don't have bills at home, so you better be saving. Where's
exactly. And I think that's the thing too, is like, if you're not having to pay for anything, this should be easy. Just be responsible. Don't waste all your money going to McDonald's every day during lunch when the other kids go off campus. Like, do you want to eventually have your own freedom and your own things? Then you're going to save that money and they're going to learn. They'll figure it out. We did.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I am not going to be supporting my kid in college like these other parents I see right now. Like, I have no problem helping you out here and there, or like, whatever. We already set them up that we paid for their college already. So like, we set you up there. But like, for you to like, I love the college students are like 21, 22, and they're like, yeah, I'm just like a full-time student. And in my head, I'm like, what? Like, you don't have bills? Like, and they're like, yeah, like I live at a dorm, and I'm in my head, like,
the parents pay for everything. I feel like I meet kids like that all the time.
They pay for everything.
Like, my mom pays for
full-time
my
student
cell phone bill. She gives me an allowance so I can go get fast food with my friends, and then they buy me new clothes, and I'm just like, I wish.
Yep, I paid for my cell phone bill from day one.
Same. Yep.
So that's fun. Different generation.
I mean, we're just like the old folks now.
But that's why millennials are better.
We are strong. We are a strong group of individuals because I think we all kind of started from the bottom, and because that didn't exist back then.
Started from the bottom.
I love to reference that song. It's my favorite. It's our anthem. That's the millennial anthem. Because isn't Drake's a millennial? So, I mean, Degrassi OG, we grew up with him. Like, basically, he wrote that song for us. So.
Paraplegic.
Drake. I am a huge Degrassi fan, so, like, OG Drake is just, like, that's where it's at. Like, definitely such a good show.
Yeah.
Love that show.
Yeah, he's good. He's good stuff. Yeah. Well, thank you for chatting. I'll cut us off since we're almost at an hour. Yes. Jackie was like, what are we going to talk about today? I'm like, we don't have a problem.
No, that's not the issue. Entertaining our listeners for an hour is the easy part. So
I hope.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think we are. We're an entertaining duo for sure. I'm going to like blow up our heads a little bit here. Like,
I mean, we have people, listen, we have some people that we haven't gone live and they're like, we missed you guys. So I would hope they listen to us and find us entertaining on the podcast, but you never know. I mean,
yeah, but be sure to hop on any of our socials. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and let us know if there's something you guys want us to talk about, if there's someone you want us to interview, all the fun stuff, because we are definitely open to opening up the floor to different conversations
Yeah.
and different chats. So,
and definitely like if you give us like a really like controversial,
yeah,
like,
we love
question
getting in
too.
the
That's fun.
weeds and just picking
Yeah.
stuff apart.
And yeah, go follow us on TikTok, and you're going to see us without makeup on lives.
Just in our true
And see all our
selves. I know,
haters.
like we're just being authentic to our true selves, and we're getting hate for it. And it's
I
like,
know.
okay, that's
I
fine.
know. Which we're about to hop on a live right now, maybe
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, we will chat and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.